We interrupt this broadcast to bring you another live KYTV news flash from the Chateau. John Howard is a dirty slut. Excuse me. It appears we have some more late-breaking news. The concept of peak oil looks set to be the hot topic of the 21st century as the demand for fossil fuel begins to outstrip supply. Peak oil, or Hubbert's Peak, was named after American geologist Marion King Hubbert's studies conducted in the 50s, predicting that US oil production would peak in the early 70s. After enduring ridicule at the time, such as "you have a girl's name, mummy's boy," from the oil industry, that theory proved correct, forcing the US to become reliant on overseas oil. This theory has been applied to the global oil situation, leading many experts to believe the world's oil supplies are in the process of peaking. Or to put it simply, we have reached the halfway point of consuming all available oil. This is a theory that does not bode well for the US and global economies, driven by a notion of never-ending energy supplies, and is in fact dismissed by most Western governments as communist hippie propaganda spread by the Islamofascist Sandal Brigade. When contacted, oil companies declined to publicly address these concerns, instead laughing and issuing a release stating, "Don't worry your pretty little head about it. I make $765,000 an hour to think about this. How much does your daddy make?" With China surpassing Japan as the world's second largest importer of oil behind the US, and the introduction of McDonald's new McCrude oil shake, the demand is likely to keep growing at an exponential rate, leading to escalating resource wars to secure the American empire and avert cataclysmic financial meltdown. America's ongoing military expedition in the Middle East, Operation Iraqi Freedom and Democracy down the barrel of an M1 Abrams battle tank, is probably the best example of how difficult it's going to be to persuade people to lay down their lives in the name of cheap beer. When interviewed recently in Bombs and Babes magazine, retired General Tommy Franks was quoted as saying, "These sand niggers wouldn't know democracy unless it was delivered in a 9mm round," which is pretty much a tactic we've adopted across the board. The results have been mixed, but we figure with overpopulation an issue, we really are playing our part. With the price of oil expected to reach $5,000 a barrel in the next few years, the economy certainly looks like it's in for a bit of a shake-up. According to Iranian oil and energy analyst Ali Bakhtiari, brutal price shocks will almost certainly slice the head clean off the world economy, leaving it writhing in a bloody mess of its own filth and excrement. And that's been the KYTV News Update for tonight.